Anyways. Okay, so for context, here we go. What's up, everybody? Baby Spike here, and we are back with University Confessions. All right, where's the note? Where's it at? Hold up. God damn it. Oh, hold up. Yeah, there we go. Right there for you. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh man, I definitely remember this one. Gotta cover some names out though, because I use real ones. So, here we go. Dear Journal, it's been a while, huh? A lot has happened since the last time I wrote in here. I'm in a play now, and I've been taking a step back from interacting with a lot of people. I gotta make up a name for this guy. Bruce. Let's say Bruce. Bruce isn't my friend anymore. Neither are... Oh, shoot. I gotta come up with names for these two as well. Neither are... Sakura and... Okay, come on. Come on, this is tough. Trying to come up with names on the spot is tough. Oh, there we go. So we'll go Bruce, Sakura, Natasha. There we go. All right, so we'll take it back for a little bit. I'm in a play now, and I've been taking a step back from interacting with a lot of people. Bruce isn't my friend anymore. Neither are Sakura and Natasha. I don't trust a lot of people on campus anymore. Bruce never should have told me that some women that I've come across are uncomfortable by me, but it was a matter of time anyway. So on some level, I'm glad he told me before he walked. I may or may not have a crush on a castmate. Yeah. I had a dream about a stage manager that I think is really cute, but I doubt I'll have feelings for them. I always say marriage is pointless, but I'm thinking that dating is pointless too. It is. Like I said, a lot has happened, Journal. Guess I have to write things out a lot more since I barely talk anymore. Whew. Oh man, yeah, this was the beginning. This was the beginning of pretty much the end for me. At least, beginning of the end at my time at university. So it really has been a while. Lockdown had happened, and which play was I doing here? I can't remember which play it was. I think I was doing either the Zoom plays or I was doing Eurydice. But I remember Eurydice being my last one. For just to keep it safe, I'm gonna say it was the Zoom plays I was doing. So yeah, I was in the Zoom plays, which I had to do it at home, and because it was all locked down and all that stuff. Okay. I'm starting to remember. I think we just got out of being locked down, or we just got out of just got out of being locked down to the point where like we couldn't go out and socialize, but we were at least able to do that and everything like that. But anyways. Okay, so for context, here we go. Bruce isn't my friend anymore. Bruce, I'm not gonna lie, Bruce was a guy that that started off pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, he started off pretty cool, and I mean, and of course, you know, for the sake of the story, of course, for context, he was bisexual. But some of you guys know my feelings on that. I mean, it's not like some homophobic stuff or anything like that. It's just, you know, but whatever. That we could, whatever. But yeah, Bruce started off cool, and somewhere along the way, I wrote a monologue in a class that we took, and he didn't like the monologue, which I guess he didn't like how it was written. You know, that's fine. And he was the only person that, you know, that had something to say about it, because he was like, hey, it, you know, kind of came off as a little homophobic or whatever. Can you completely change it or something like that? And I was like, I mean, I'll give it a shot, but, you know, I was basically like, or no, at the time, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot. But then when I wrote it, or when I started, like, rewriting it, I was just like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. Because then I'd have to change a lot of different stuff, and then next thing you know, I'd end up changing the monologue entirely, which, you know, I just wasn't gonna do. And it was and honestly, the monologue is the reason that the script that I ended up writing in the long run is, you know, it's here. And if you've come into contact with me before, you've at least read the script before, or at least you know about it. But anyways, like I was saying, Bruce, so I performed the monologue again. Bruce didn't like it. I didn't really care or something like that. So at some point, oh wait, I remember now. I remember what started this. So one day I was like really depressed. This day. And it was like the anniversary of this thing that had happened to me about 10 years ago. And I was like just kind of venting a little bit about it on Snapchat, but I had like a private setting to it, and only like a certain amount of friends were on the list that can see it. And of course, Bruce was on it, because I thought, you know, he was cool. But anyways, so of course, you know, I vented about it, went into detail about it, all this other stuff, yada yada yada. And well, I ain't going into too much detail about it, but I went into detail enough about it to the point where people understood. And Bruce just felt like he had to say something. So, and you know, I'm not gonna look. Some people, I get it. Some things people say, you gotta get it off your chest and all those other things. But this guy, man, he pretty much was trying to lay into me in his mind, and in his mind it was tough love, but it wasn't. It was basically just him trying to be like, hey, you shouldn't. Hey, you always talk about this. You always bring it up. You always bring it up. You always have certain type of feelings about it, and you just can't let this girl be happy. Let this girl be happy and all that stuff. And I'm like, first of all, I can let her be happy, but whatever. And then when it came to talking about one of my friends, because my friend who was in the story, and I've mentioned this friend before, you know, it's trans, and in the story I mentioned, you know, original name at first, and then I brought up the name that my friend goes by today, which, you know, like I said, me and my friend have talked about this before. Matter of fact, play the clip where I actually say that.
Flashback.
And I got a friend named Evan, but Ellen was the name that I knew the person as. And I don't before you go on trying to say I'm dead naming my friend, I've actually gotten full on consent, or not yet. Was it consent? I got the full on green flag. There we go. I got the full on green flag from my friend that as long as I talk about who my friend is, what my friend's name is today, then this is cool. Because hey, listen, my friend knows, okay? My friend knows. But anyways.
End of flashback.
Yeah. Surprise? Shouldn't be, but whatever. Okay. Geez, so what happened afterwards? Oh yeah, he tried to defend my friend that's trans, but I'm also like, dude, you don't even know my friend. Like, you don't know what type of like, you don't know what the rapport is between me and my friend. You don't know what the dynamic is between me and this friend. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah. But you know, so long story short, with me and Bruce. Bruce was basically like, "Oh, you're misgendering your friend and all that," and I'm just like, "Yeah, no, I'm not, but whatever." And then of course he was like, "Hey, if you want to talk about this, if you want to talk more, I'll be all ears. But until then, you really need to stop doing this and all this other stuff." And I'm just like, maybe another time. And then he just got rid of me after that. And ever since then, we'd stopped being friends completely. And oh yeah, and he was the one who brought up, you know, hey, I hear from various sources that you make women feel uncomfortable, and I'm just like, why don't they just tell me? You know, but you know, whatever. Anyways, and of course, Sakura and Natasha apparently were one of them, but they never told me. So it's like, but anyways. But like I said, this was years ago. It's, you know, it's completely buried or whatever. But anyways, after all that happened, didn't interact with Bruce anymore, didn't interact with Sakura anymore, didn't even interact with Natasha anymore. And speaking of Bruce and Sakura, I'm just sitting there, and it was one of those things where he's trying to like make me out to be the bad guy, but it's also one of those things where I was just like, my filter just reacted. So you know what? I'm not gonna say it. To anybody that wants to the people that know me and they want to talk to me about it personally, just look, I got y'all. Okay, I got y'all. But anyways, so moving on. So there was a point where I did have a crush on a castmate. I can't remember who it was though. I really can't. And I also had a dream about stage manager. I think is really cute. Yeah, stage manager. Oh yeah, she ended up hating me in the long run too. But you know, whatever. I guess in her mind, she thought I was trying to like swoop her up after she and her ex or whatever had broken up. But I don't know. Jeez. So yeah, I don't even remember what the dream was with me and the stage manager. This is wild, man. But I do always say marriage is pointless because let's just face it, especially today, it is pointless. And saying dating is pointless too. Oh god, don't even get me started there. Dating is super pointless today. It's ridiculous. Honestly, I think the best way that people date today is just if they get lucky. Like if they, and I don't mean getting lucky like wink wink nudge nudge. I don't mean that lucky. I mean lucky like, hey, we went through this certain thing or whatever, and we like each other, and we've known each other for a certain amount of time, and we've been friends for this long. Let's see where if we can take this to the next level. And to them, I say, it's perfect circumstances. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, I got nothing. But yeah, it's whatever though. Yeah, and then I said, I guess I have to write things out a lot more since I barely talk anymore. I really didn't, because that was around the time, because like I said, it was the beginning of the end. I was dealing with like so much like stuff coming that was like headed my way, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, it ended up taking me away from the it ended up taking me away from like, you know, being able to write out, you know, my thoughts and feelings and things like that a little more, because, you know, I had more pressing matters to deal with. But yeah. But yeah, like I said, not friends with Bruce and Sakura and Natasha anymore. Not friends with them. Who else? I'm also not. Oh yeah, me and the stage manager. I guess you could say we tried being friends, but it just didn't work out. And the crush on the castmate that I had, I seriously don't remember. I do not remember her. That was, you would think I would have remembered her, but I don't. I really don't. But yeah, I got completely, I kind of got a little screwed here, but you know, is what it is. Geez, so to end this off, do I have a moral to the story of this? Yeah, I think I got a moral to the story here. Learn different perspectives. Like, always find different perspectives before you try to automatically just judge someone to the point where you try to write them off. Get different perspectives. But yeah, that's University Confessions for you guys. Alright guys, University Confessions number 14. How'd you guys feel about this story? Did you guys enjoy this story just as much as I didn't really enjoy writing it, but hey, it had to come out. But anyways, hey, tell me about your feelings on this whole situation. Hey, matter of fact, not just tell me your feelings, tell me about your experiences where you've been in Bruce's position, where you've been in Sakura's position, or even Natasha's position, where, you know, you guys just didn't really know how to, you know, tell someone, you know, how you were feeling or something like that, or, you know, or anything like that. But yeah, anyways, if you guys like this video, hit the like button, comment down below, share this video with your friends, and of course you guys subscribe to the channel.